the Careers and College Advisor at Kodaikanal International School. This evening I'm just going to talk about a few things that you need to keep in mind while you're applying to universities in the United States. Now, before you choose a university for yourself, I think it's very important to think about what choice of career you would like to pursue. A few factors that you need to keep in mind that I believe are very, very important before you choose a career for yourself. So one of the things is you need to try and look at what are you interested in. So are you interested in working on a computer? Are you interested in working on a team? Are you interested in using your hands while you're working? So those are things and aspects that you need to be looking at. The second thing is skills. Be aware of the type of skills that you have. What are you good at doing? Are you good at working with other people, in directing other people, in leading other people? Are you good at, do you have a skill of working on your own? Are you independent? Are you good at using machinery? Are you good at solving mathematical problems? Are you a logical thinker? So these are skills that you need to be thinking about. There are tons of tests that you can do in order to find out what your particular skills are. What is your personality like? Are you a person who gets energy from working with people, or does that drain you? By the end of the day, when you're in school and you're surrounded by people, do you go home exhausted, or are you feeling completely energized? So what kind of person are you? Are you patient? Do you need things immediately, or are you willing to wait for results? Things like that are very, very important. Are you friendly, or do you feel that you're kind of reserved? So these are all personalities that you need to think about yourself because those play a huge role in how or the type of job that you're looking at. I also think another aspect that you need to be looking at is the input from your family. What do your parents want for you? I know in today's day and age, we always talk about, well, a child can do whatever they want to, but I think it's important that you have a conversation with them. Talk to them, do your research on a particular program. So if it's design that you want to do, but instead they want you to do engineering, talk to them about the kind of career options, the kind of money that you might be making, the point that you can be independent. So have a conversation with your parents. I think it's also important to look at labor market information. In 5 years after you graduate, are there going to be jobs that are going to be available? So imagine you want to do real estate and you want to go work in Dubai, for example. This is just an example. Is there going to be a job for you? So it's very, very important to look at what kind of jobs. Pick up a newspaper, look at a website and see, like a job site, and see what kind of jobs are companies looking for right now. When you're looking at a university, try to find a university that is the best, that is suited for you as a person, looking at your personality, looking at your interest. And also it's good to look at where is this particular university located. Is it going to be freezing cold when you're going to be there? Is it going to be warm sunshine? And those, I know it's a small, minute thing, but when you're going to spend 4 or 5 years there, it's definitely going to have an impact on you. What's the size of the university? Are you okay to be one of 50,000 students? Are you okay just to be a number, or is it important that people know you by your name? Okay, so think about all of these things. What is the ethos of the university you're going to? So some of these schools may be a heavy Jesuit school. Are you okay to be in a school like that? Are you okay to be in a Christian university? Are you okay to be in a university that's extremely liberal? I just want to really quickly talk about 2-3 aspects that you need to keep in mind while applying to the US. So imagine you know the course that you want, you found a university that is the best fit for you. Here are a few things. First of all, SAT. I cannot even stress how important it is for you to start preparing for your SAT right from grade 10. Trust me, it's not too early. You might think that you should do it only in grade 11, but please start preparing, because at the end of the day, all the applicants that come from India are all put together on a table, and maybe you have the same extracurriculars as someone, the same score as someone, what will actually make you different from someone else in your school or another school is your SAT score. So make sure you do extremely well on it. Second thing, your extracurricular activities. Start planning about what you want to do as an extracurricular, maybe from like grade 9. Is when grade 6, grade 7 is way too early, but maybe grade 9 is a good time. And when you think, when I talk to universities, they don't stop to stress on the fact that they just want to see 2 or 3 extracurriculars, but they want you to do it well. Now, what I mean by well is that I want you to do an in-depth work on a particular extracurricular that you're working at. So, for example, if you start a club in your school, don't let it be something that you started at the end of grade 11. It's something that you should have started at the beginning of grade 9. It carries on, and then there's legacy. You leave someone to carry on, to take over. That's what universities want to see. Don't write about that you went one summer to feed poor children on the streets, in the streets of Mumbai. That's not one time. Then after that one meal, what happened to those children? That's what universities want to know about. Who's taken over that responsibility of something that you have started? So be very careful when you start an extracurricular. I also think it's good for you to match the interests that you have of what you want to study in the university with an extracurricular that you want to do. So I had 4 students, for example, who were just 2.5, 2.6 GPA, not that great. But what they did, and I come from Kodaikanal, what they did, they visited different workshops that were there, 2-3 workshops, and they collected different like car parts, okay, and they put together a go-kart. That's what they did. They built a go-kart together, and trust me, they got into some amazing universities only because of that one project that they had done. And that go-kart is used, it comes out on special occasions, but that's something that they put their heads together and they did. So think about what can you do in order to make yourself different, but yet authentic. That's very, very important. I also just want to talk about what you do over the summer. There's a lot of downtime that you might have, so whether it's not necessarily Diwali holidays, but maybe Christmas holidays or over the summer, think about what can you do. Can you work for an NGO? Can you maybe do an internship? There are schools that are starting internships now. There are tremendous amount of organizations that are helping you to come and work, maybe job shadow for 2 weeks. Go get first-hand information about the kind of profession that you want to do. So definitely use your downtime well, because you can talk about it either in your essay, in your application, or somewhere that you can talk about where you're doing that. Get involved, be involved. Don't wait for people to come and say, hey, do you want to do this? You be proactive, and that will definitely make you outshine from others that are applying to a particular university. My last point that I just want to really quickly talk about is your essay. The whole objective of writing an essay is for a university to know who you really are. So who are you as a person? Yes, you may be amazing at sports and you take part in drama, but who are you as a person is what they want to do, what they want to know. So be really wary of the kind of language that you're using. Don't use a thesaurus for every second word when you're writing an essay. Use your own language, and that's okay, because when you go to the university finally, they will realize that you don't use any of those words that you used in your essay. So be very mindful. It's okay to get feedback, which you should. Get people's ideas and perspectives on how your essay needs to be, but students, please be authentic when you are writing it. Don't get other people to write your essay. I'm sure each of you are completely capable of writing your own essay. And what universities want to see is a story. What is your story? What has your life been like? I know there are lots of students who come to me and say, but miss, I've had such an amazing life, I have nothing to talk about. And that's okay. You're 17 years old. We are not expecting you to have like life-changing experiences. Completely okay. But think of an aspect, maybe when you were growing up, a story from then, your relationship with your grandparents, maybe something that's different in your culture. Anything that makes you who you are today is what you need to put out.